But it is doing a good job of mopping. Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today we're going to do the first mopping with the brand new Dreame X60 Ultra Robot Vacuum Cleaner. Got some muddy paw prints, a bunch of cereal over here and long hair, and a bunch of dirt and debris. We're going to see how well it cleans up this big mess. So I did purchase this robot vacuum cleaner with my own money. Right now it's retailing for about $1,350. It is pretty expensive. And this is an excerpt from the first look where I show people how to set it up and do a first cleaning. After I do this first cleaning, I'm going to do advertising versus reality in the studio. Then I'm going to take the robot home and live with it for 3 months and give it my 3-month real world test. If you want to see all the robots that have already passed the 3-month real world test and receive my Just a Dad approved sticker, go to my website, justadadapproved.com. If you purchase a product off of my website or in the video description, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. This is home of the honest review. I buy all these robot vacuum cleaners with my own money. That way I can give you my honest opinion. And right now, the Mova P10 Pro for $400 is an absolutely amazing robot for that price point. That's my #1 pick. Check out justadadapproved.com. Mova P10 Pro. Okay, let's go tell the robot to clean that corner test area. We're going to select, let's go to room, select it. Oh, let's go ahead and do custom. Vacuum and mop. Suction power, let's go to max. Wetness, let's go to about 27. Standard, 2 passes. And hit clean now. When you first get a robot, it wants you to clean your entire home first. That's what that pop-up is. So,
start selected room cleaning.
First thing it's going to do, it's going to fill the robot's internal water tank up with water. I do have the settings selected for hot water mop washing. So you have to pick the highest setting. It's going to fill the robot up with hot water. It's also going to wash the mop pads. And it also soaks the mop pads.
Please be patient and wait.
Now, if you ever get a robot that doesn't suck up clean water, I have a video on how to prime a pump. Sometimes we have to prime the pump on these robots. These robots sit for a while and then they don't suck, the water pump doesn't suck water out of the clean water tank. I have a separate video for that. That happens once in a while. I've heard enough people say it happens to where I did a video on it. I know it's working. I can hear the water down there. And when the dirty water pump kicks on, it's sucking up dirty water. So I know the water pump is working. Okay. Now, it did soak the mop pads. It kind of stops and makes you think it's not doing anything. It's going to travel to that room. It raised the LiDAR and start cleaning. You can track it. It's really cool. You can watch it right in the app. You can watch it travel and start cleaning. Looks like it is avoiding that carpet. I didn't even tell it that carpet was there. It's going to go right around it. Okay, so the Dreame X60 Ultra is going to start cleaning up this big mess. I've got it vacuuming and mopping at the same time. So that's the AI sensor sensed particles and it boosted suction and it's doing a vacuum only. It raised the mop pads. So it's going in a square to do a vacuum only, looks like. So you can see in the app, it's doing a particle boost. It created that square. Okay, it finished vacuuming that area. Now it's going to go into its vacuum and mop. So it is, the sensor on the front has sensed all of that particles. So it's identified some more particles and it's going to do a particle boost. Now I know it didn't go into this corner over here. I think it needs to clean this room a couple times. This is the first cleaning, and usually sometimes the first cleaning it doesn't recognize that wall very good, but hopefully by the second cleaning it should get it. And what it's doing here, it lifted the mop pads and it's doing a vacuum only square. There's the third particle boost. Now, unfortunately, see how that square is in the other room? It is going to travel to that other room and try to clean that little area, even though the particles were inside this room. I wish that was a little different, but... And it did see my shoe, and it took a picture of my shoe. There's my shoe. So it is doing a good job of mopping. I wanted to turn the lights off and show you that blue light. It's got an internal water tank. It's spraying water on top of the mop pads. So I've seen that before. That's just an anomaly. I think as it learns the house more, it's going to do a better job. As you can see, having that particle boost, and it creates that square. If if it's against the wall, it will tell the robot to go into the other room. So I do think they need to fix that. So now we're getting ready for the second cleaning. Yeah, it is staying away from that wall. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I may have to remap my home. Sometimes you have to remap your home if it's doing stuff like this. It just does not like that wall. Again, this is just the first cleaning, so. So it did the perimeter of the room again, and now it's going back and forth in a crisscross pattern now. So it has a headlight and a blue light. So this floor is really clean. Other than that little anomaly there of not going into that corner, I may have to remap my home. The robot's all done.
Cleaning completed. Returning to the dock.
Wow, that is really clean. It did get that corner completely clean. All the hair picked up. Yeah, I've seen this before in other robots. Sometimes if that LiDAR just hits this little, depending on where the LiDAR signal hits, if it hits here, it could tell the robot to stay a little farther away, or if it just hits here. So I'll remap it and let you know. So again, it's going to back up here. It didn't use very much to wash the mop pad, so we're going to do an auto empty event.
Starts charging. Start auto empty.
It's really quiet. And now it's going to wash the mop pad. Again, we don't have any dirt detection sensor inside the base station. They did remove that. The Max Ultra has it. I do wish they would leave that in there. Dyson's been doing really good. Sarles 20's been doing really good. The Shark UV Reveal also has a blue light, and it has a UV light. And it's got an amazing sensor on the front. It's just an old robot, but it actually did a really good job of mopping. Now this time it didn't try to travel to the other room. I've had it happen to where that dirt detection right there, it went and tried to go to the other room. So it did over here a little bit. But large particles. Again, see, it saw the large particles. I have that turned on you can turn that off if you don't like that feature, but I do think it works pretty good. Okay, now it's dehydrating the mop pad. The fan's not very loud, blowing hot air onto them. Let's check. There's the dirty water. So again, this was the first cleaning. I thought it did an okay job. Again, I got to take this to my house. I got to do more testing, got to do advertising versus reality. I'm going to do a carpet test here next. This was just a small clip from the first mopping. I know some people just want to get right in to see exactly how these things mop. Does a good job. It's got a lot of sensors. Do we turn them on? Do we turn them off? As you can see, turning them on, it does clean better. It doesn't make for the best video because it kind of goes in squares and all of that, but it does clean better. The videos are just a little bit longer. So again, thanks everybody. Check out justadadapproved.com. Mova P10 Pro. It's April 2026. It's still my #1 pick, but I've got a bunch of robots getting ready to be graded. I got the Curve 2 tomorrow, giving it my final score. It's going to be Just a Dad approved. I've got a whole Mova P10 Pro Gen 2s coming home. Going to give it the Just a Dad approved score probably. So lots more videos coming. Check out my website, justadadapproved.com. That's the go-to place for robot vacuum cleaners. You can find how to do fixes, common upgrades, mistakes, all kinds of tips and tricks. And when you're ready to clean your robot, I test generic parts. So if you ever want to know if you can use generic bags or something, I do some testing and see if those actually work. So again, justadadapproved.com. And thanks for watching.